champs, my name is Mohammed and people. Today I'm going to help you choose the right HDMI cable for your job. Are you confused? Are you making, are you trying to make up your mind as to which brand you should buy and which quality you should buy, and you're probably a little confused? You're no different. That is the way most people they get really confused looking at the different price point and at the different features that come along with the HDMI cable. So let me help you sort out this issue. Okay, now look at the three cables. The one on the extreme left is the micro to a regular HDMI cable. The one in the center, which is the thickest and the longest, is a Blue Rigger. This is an unbranded one, people. I'll tell you why this is unbranded. No brand. The one in the center is Blue Rigger, extremely sturdy HDMI cable, which is a mini to a regular HDMI cable. I'll tell you what mini and what is the difference between a micro connector and a mini connector. I'll explain that to you. The size obviously is okay, and the one on the extreme right is actually a regular to a regular, full size to a full size HDMI cable. Around this is around 3-4 feet. This is also around about the same size. Okay, now first of all, you have to decide the length and the port. For example, look at this laptop and look at this adapter. I use this adapter because it's got a mini port, and this helps you connect a regular cable, a full size, a big size HDMI male connector out here. Even if you don't have the connector, you can use something like this, the Blue Rigger one, which I especially ordered for the Dell XPS 10. Okay, so the first decision you need to make is which port do you have. The micro is around 6.5 mm. This is the micro, by the way. This is the mini. Mini is around 10.5, and a full size, connector is around 13.9 mm. So that is something that you need to decide. What else should you have in mind? Okay. The next thing that you should keep in mind while buying an HDMI cable is the length of the cable. You remember, while we exercise, while we take strength training, what is important? Stamina, suppleness, and strength. The same is more or less true for HDMI cables. You should look for a cable which will easily bend around turns, which will not put a lot of strain on your ports. Okay. Now this is the first one, and this one on the extreme right are extremely thin cables, and which actually helps because they are easy to bend. This is the most supple. This is the most supple, by the way. I can actually feel it, easy to bend around. This is slightly, this is, not as flexible as the first one out here. So suppleness is a great feature. This one from Blue Rigger is the most sturdiest. It has the most strength in terms of solidity. It's the most solid one. That's important, but at the same time, it's not very supple. It's not very flexible, and it is not easy to turn around. It can put some strain on your ports. So suppleness is something really important. The length of the cable. Now this is 10 feet. This is around, I think this is 3 meters. This is not too sure actually. Whatever. It's small. Around 4.5 feet, I guess. Both of them. Whatever it is, these two are pretty short. The first one and the last one are pretty short, and the shorter the better. So while you're actually choosing a cable, make sure that you're choosing the one that is not long, but long enough. But first of all, the length should match your requirement. How far is the laptop from the television, for example, or from the LED monitor where you're actually connecting it. That's important. Should measure it properly, and then you should order it. Okay, but remember, the signal strength can get affected with the super long cables. Up to 10 feet, this should not be an issue, but beyond that, it could pose a problem. So that's another thing to keep in mind. What about brand? Which brand should you buy? So seriously guys, does not matter. And how much should you spend? So look, I'll tell you how much I paid for this one. You'll be surprised. I paid around 200 bucks for this, 200 Indian rupees that is. Okay, I paid 370 Indian rupees for this one. $1 is equivalent to around 60 Indian rupees. Okay, so around just tad over $3 for this. Okay, 6 or 36, so around $6 for this one. Just tad over $6 for this one. And this is Storite. The brand is Storite, and it cost me just let me tell you, 134 Indian rupees, which is a tad over $2 only, and all of them were perfectly give me the same audio video quality, absolutely no difference at all. So the conclusion is that the price point, the brand seriously does not matter. Both, all of them are actually gold plated, which offer some corrosion resistance, and that's not a very important consideration, guys. Okay, now while choosing HDMI cables, there are certain other things that you should keep in mind. You should choose one that is high speed. There is a standard and there is a high speed. They are high speed cables. Standard ones will support resolutions up to 1080i, but you need some cables, high speed cables, which support resolutions up to 1080p or more. Okay, there are versions too. The latest version is 2, but in the market most of them will be version 1.4, and that's more than enough for most jobs, guys. In fact, version 1.3 and up will help you. 1.3 and up is gonna be more than enough for 95% of the guys. This supports Ethernet, but do you actually need it? This is 10 feet long. Did I actually need it? I don't think so. Just future proofing, just keeping it long enough for maybe if I move my furniture or my laptop, just being extra cautious. That's all. Okay, but I didn't need something which carried Ethernet. This has Ethernet capability, but seriously, how many of you actually need it? You need a good cable for 3D. Okay, something like a version 1.4 and above is fine, but most cables out there in the market actually 1.4 and high-speed cables. So, and as I said, version 1.3 and over is actually sufficient, will do your job properly. So let's sum it all up in a nutshell, people. What's important is the flexibility. As I said, this is the most flexible. This is unbranded. I can hold it, I can feel it's really flexible. That's important. The length should be as short as possible because that enhances the signals. Okay, and go over 10-20 feet and there could be some problems. So keep it as short and sweet as possible. Right, size is important, so choose the right one for your port, micro, mini or regular, which is the full size. You can use such adapters, people. This is a mini to a regular adapter, and you can use keyboards like that, which is a Logitech. I made a review on this device, wireless keyboard with a built-in touchpad. Although I'm not a great fan of this for regular use, but you can use it as an oversized remote. Alrighty. So people, I hope you found this information useful. But before I wind, I'll tell you why these sunglasses are here. And I've kept the sunglasses very close to this unbranded cable. Now both of them have actually been ordered through snapdeal.com. Snapdeal promised us that this would be a Nikon mini to a regular. I got a micro to a regular. So they erred in specification and they sent me an unbranded one. It is not a Nikon. These were supposed to be Floyd sunglasses. They sent me again an unbranded Super Chief roadside stuff. So if you have to buy an an HDMI cable, or if you have to buy anything, I would suggest you buy it from Flipkart. I would suggest you buy it from Amazon. Amazon has a great collection of HDMI cables. Both these cables, this is just 135 Storite 370 Blue Rigger, ordered through Amazon. Okay, this one took just 3-4 days to arrive. This one took a tad longer. Around Diwali, it took me around 10 days to arrive. Alrighty, people. So Snapdeal, Slapdeal, whatever it is you buy, whether it's sunglasses, whether it's an HDMI cable, order it through anyone but Snapdeal, Slapdeal, Crapdeal, whatever. Okay, so I've had more or less good experiences with Amazon, with Flipkart, but my experiences with the Snapdeal have been really bitter. I mean, I don't want to get into the details right now. I just want to confine myself more to the HDMI cable. So people, I hope you found this info useful. You have a good day. Bye-bye. Peace.